Welcome to a basic SolidWorks guide of how to do extrusion or extrusion cut. Mostly it's the same thing, but I'll show you today how to just do basic extrusions and extrusion cut. So basically that's a SolidWorks homepage. When you open SolidWorks, it places you here. So obviously your first step that you need to do is you click the new file. And then it gives you three options. It gives you part, assembly and drawing. So obviously you can choose what you want to do. So just to start off, let's just create the part. So basically this is your interface. This is where your component will be drawn. On the left here it's a small toolbox you have. Here you have views, for instance where your planes are, all those type of things. Also your layout of your sketch, all those type of things. And then here on top you have your another toolbar where you have features with the extrusion cuts, all those type of things. Here you have sketch where you'll obviously start sketching, evaluation, to measure components, dam expert, SolidWorks add-ins, simulations, all those type of things. So just to basically start off in sketch mode, before we get that, I just want to quickly show you some mouse tricks. If you have a mouse, obviously you have a wheel in the middle, your mouse wheel. So obviously as you zoom in and out, you use your mouse wheel. Also, if you click your mouse wheel in and you rotate your mouse, it gives you a rotation. And obviously to go back to the standard view, you can either click here and then just click on that 3D block there. It gives you a standard rotation. Or another fancy trick is you can actually push spacebar and then it should give you something like that, and you just click here on the block. Okay, so those are your three planes. I'm just gonna unhide the origin here. I think it's hidden. Okay, sorry, it's unhidden now. So basically, as you can see, this is the interface of SolidWorks. So just to start off, I've already actually created a component. I just want to show you what are we going to draw today. So basically something like this. As you can see, we have three views. It's in third angle, top, front and right view. There's what it's supposed to be or supposed to look like at the end. So this is the actual drawing also created on SolidWorks. Later in some tutorials that will follow, I'll show you how to do drawings. And then so let's just go back to the original drawing. So basically part one. So obviously where you start is you go here by sketch, and then obviously as soon as you click whatever you want to create. Now obviously that component which we had initially here, it was square. It was 200 by 100 and then I had a cutout of 90 diameter. All these values are in millimeters, please. And then also the right hand side one, it's 50 the thickness. So let's just go back to the initial sketch. Okay, so then we create a square component. I usually choose the center one because then we work from the origin. It just makes it a bit easier. Now here on the left, as soon as you click sketch, it says here select the plane on which you create. That's easy, whatever plane you want. Usually what I try and do is I try and create all my components to be, or all the planes to be in the center of my component. It just makes it easier when you do assemblies. So you can also use planes to do mating functions, which will enhance, it will make it easier for you to do assemblies at the end of the day. So let's just click front plane. Now another tool you can use is if you want to see the front plane not in 3D but in 2 dimensions, just push spacebar again, and usually this one, it says normal 2. Okay, so you just click normal 2, you'll also find it here. It's this one there, normal 2. Okay, so it's the same thing, it's the same front view. Okay, and then you just start drawing. So the origins here, remember now, because I chose the block with the point in the middle, it says it starts from the center, which makes it a bit easier. Then the next step, what you'll do is you'll need to say smart dimension. Yeah, I'm here on top. You need to say dimensions, please. Dimensions, very, very important. You'll see also that it does create certain other functions when you do the dimensions. For instance, as soon as you put the 200 dimension, you see the lines here on the sides, they turn black. Basically, that's just what we call it, defines it. Here at the bottom it says undefined because not all components have been defined yet. So if we say this, Now it will change here. It will say fully defined here at the bottom, which makes it a bit easier because then you know there's no components missing or no values or dimensions missing. So before we go to the actual extrusion, where the features, uh, now we finished our square block sketch. There's two methods of doing that. You can either include a circle here and then just do a sketch with the circle, or you can do another method where you first draw the block and then later you do extruded cut through the block. So let's just give an idea. Let's draw the circle now. So obviously I'll take a center circle again, draw it from the center. Also add a nice dimension in there. Let's say it's 90. Now you'll see the circle's also fully defined, and then you just go features and you go there, extruded boss. So basically now it gives you a short illustration of how to do the extrusion. Please guys, some of the times it won't say what dimension is going to extrude, so you can just go here by select contours and you can select that one or this one or whatever. Okay, so if you select that one, for instance, it's only going to extrude the circle, but if you select the outer side, it's going to do the outer side. Please just remember, this is just an illustration. Okay, so basically yeah, it gives you some directions where up to vertex, there's no vertex here, up to surface, midplane, up to body, whatever. Okay, so what I usually like is midplane again. The reason is, like I've said before, is when you use midplane, later when you do assemblies, it makes it easier because then you know all your planes are in the middle. Okay, so you don't need to go offset this value or what this value. Okay, now here's a short ruler. You can also here just estimate it here, but here on this side it makes it a bit easier. So you just say, let's say 50, the depth of 50. Okay, so now you can see it goes 25 from the center on both sides. So it just makes it a bit easier. You can obviously add some nice features. You can add a draft, for instance, and we'll do it like a draft outwards or inwards. But we're not going to look at those things for now. Okay, so if you say this, check mark, the green one, then you have your final product, as you can see. Please guys, the way I'm turning the screen again is when you push your mouse wheel up and down button. That's basically how I'm doing it. So you just click it and you rotate your mouse. So this is one method of doing it. There's another method. Let me quickly show you. Let's just open another component or part. And now we're at the home screen. Let's just show all our views again. All our planes. Let's just show them. This makes it a bit easier, I think. Okay, it's there. It's not a problem. So let's just go sketch. Let's sketch our block again. Please guys, you can use other blocks as well. There's a rectangular around there, but the center rectangular just makes it a bit easier. Draw on the front sketch again, just normal too. Let's just draw a block. You add dimensions. 200 by 100. And then we're going to do a feature, extrude please. I'm showing the different method now. 50 also from midplane. And you just say yes. Okay, now you just have the block. Now what you can do is you can actually insert the circle but as an extruded cut. So let's say click on the front face, it's going to turn blue. So you just say normal to, just to make it 2D instead of 3D. It just makes it easier for the eye. So now we want to do another sketch here. We say circle again, we use the center point again, just makes it easier. Okay, and we add a dimension. Let's say it was 90, I think, that I circle, and now you see it's fully defined as well. So now what you go is your features. Please, you don't go extruded boss base now. You go extruded cut here. So just click there. It's going to give you an illustration of where the cut is. Usually it says blind, but most of the time I just choose through all. It means it goes through any component that's behind it, whatever. Okay. Otherwise you just say up to next, which will just be the next plane or vertex or surface or whatever. Okay, but for now let's just say through all, and we just say the green arrow again, and voila, you have your final product. Okay, so basically that's just a basic explanation or guide of how to do extrusion and cut. You can play around a bit. There's other things I'll show you later on. So this was just an introduction of how to use SolidWorks. So basically this video is just mostly focusing for SolidWorks for people who start off with SolidWorks or beginners, and then also first engineering graphic students. Also, if you want to, this video, like I said, it's on YouTube. You can also, what you can do is you can just leave a comment if it was helpful, and then also if you might want to add something or give a recommendation for future videos.